Huh. Interesting. Can you guys hear me and see things? No? Let's see. I gotta get I'm trying my laptop too this morning. We're gonna see what happens. Yeah, I'm technologically impaired. I think that's what they call it. Yeah, I'm technologically impaired. Ooh, we're gonna mute that. Cool. Morning, y'all. We'll let a couple folks get on here and get going. Live stream number 2. You guys like my coffee cup? Drinking my Vietnamese coffee this morning, so I'm about to get extra stoked. I gotta figure out how to turn comments on my phone so I can see them. Hold on one second. Live chat. There we go. I think it's working now. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. 20 of you guys on here already. Yeah, I love this hat. This thing is cozy, man. It's toasty. I really wish we could all sit around a fire this morning and drink coffee and talk. That'd be better, but, you know, this is what the world's come to these days. It's noon out there. Yeah, the only reason I'm waking up at 8 a.m. is for you East Coasters. Cooking pancakes. Yeah, we get the coffee going. We get the Vietnamese coffee this morning. In my favorite coffee mug. And I'm waking up still. I was trying to set this. I can't really show you guys because the camera is filming. But it's kind of a crazy setup here I've got. Morning Fairbanks. A beer. It's 8 a.m., man. Gotta start somewhere, I guess. So, what are some topics? So, yeah, I was going to talk to you guys about a couple different things this morning. And look at my little list over here. So, the biggest one is the flatbed project. At the moment, I don't have a truck under this camper, if you can believe that. So, it's in the shop. That flatbed's going to be on next week. So, I'm excited. It's working out. I'll try to answer a question or two in between the stories here. This is a Kimberly wood stove behind me. Do chicks dig the truck house? I don't know. If you're a chick, you can tell me if you dig it. How about that? Someone's down in Montana. That sounds cool. It sounds maybe warmer right now. So, anyhow, I finally got the dude to start working on that aluminum flatbed, and it's happening. It's the frame's already, the bed's off the truck. The aluminum flatbed frame is on it, and it's pretty sweet. And he still has to skirt it and do some stuff, and I'm going to go do the wood deck on it. So it's got a little bit of work to go, but it's getting there. It's going to be on next week, so you guys will get to see it then. So probably do a little video on that when we get it on there. And yeah, and then the bed of the truck, I'll tell you guys since you're the ones that tuned in. So I'm taking the bed of the F350, and I actually bought the frame of an old F350, cut the frame in half, and I'm going to take my nice truck bed, put it on that chop frame, and I'm making a truck bed trailer. So I can either have the camper on the flatbed or in the truck trailer thing behind me. It's going to be sweet. And I'm taking my 35-inch tires off this truck, putting them on the trailer, and then I've got some new 37s and some gold wheels rolling in. So we're going to be pimping. But yeah, it's all happening in March, so I'm pretty stoked. All right, so I'll get to some questions now. Let's see what's going on. Sorry, you guys are all typing questions forever. Let's see. I have named my truck. My truck's called Mosey because it just keeps going. Let's get in here. I did not get the Kimberly wood stove locally. I I actually became a dealer for Kimberly wood stoves maybe right when they started, actually, like 2010, 2011. And I sold 6 stoves and got this wood stove for free, essentially. So it's been awesome. I've had it for like 9 years now. It's been, couldn't live without it. Put it that way. And let's see here. I'll try to read comments from the phone. That way I'm looking at you guys. Yeah, so the Method wheels are going on. They're like the 509s or 508s or 5 somethings, but they're pretty sweet. They're like bullet hole style and bronze, and I've got some big red letter General Grabber tires going on, some 37s, so it'll be sweet. What up, Brian? Throwing me cash, dude. I got to do a live stream and throw you some cash sometime. Maybe you have more money than me, though. I appreciate it, though, man. That's cool. I wish you were up here drinking coffee with me. Yeah, 37s gold rims, bro. That's right. We're rolling around here. We're rolling. Is there a story inside the picture that's behind you? Yeah, so I guess you guys can see this picture. Can I even take the phone off? I'll just have to tilt it. I've got this phone in like a tripod. So this picture back here, my grandma painted this back in 1938. So she would have been like, I don't know, 16 or 17 or something. She died a while back, and that's the only thing I got from her. So it's kind of special to me, obviously. So that's the story behind the picture. Brian does need to come up to Alaska. I tell you what. Let's see. Can you guys see this thing? Method bead locks. I'm a runner. Yeah, they're not going to be bead locks because, I don't know. You can only deflate the air pressure so low in a freaking F350 before you rip stuff off. So I'm not going to go too crazy with it. Where did I get this hat? This hat came from Bob at Alpine Creek Lodge. And believe it or not, the Snow Machine engine is going in right now. It's been a month, but it's got a new top and bottom end. Polaris sent me a 2021 brand new engine to replace the other one. And yeah, the engine's going to be in a Monday, and then we're going back out to Alpine Creek, and we're doing it right this time. We're going to do it good. I'm going to go do what I wanted to do out there. So I do have onboard air. I've got a Smitty-built air compressor, so I guess that's onboard. Anyway, what's the other stuff? So yeah, the flatbed's coming along. You guys probably, I talked to you about that. We'll have that on the next 2 weeks. Same thing with the tires. And let's see. Sorry, I keep on trying to focus on my story and reading your stuff. But I'm also going to be getting up to a really big project this summer. I'm building a cabin up here in Girdwood, Alaska. My dad's driving up across the Canadian border kind of in early May. And just a 20 by 24 cabin. And we're doing it up. So that's the story with that. And obviously, I'm still going to be doing this all the time, just like I'm doing now. So nothing's changing for y'all. You just get to see a cabin build, pretty much. And then after we build the cabin, end of the summer, my dad and I are going to be road tripping all the way back down the lower 48 and doing like the Truck House Rally and going to Overland Expo West, setting up a booth, all that stuff. Okay, back to the questions. I will be building a new truck camper. I can't give away all the stuff yet. I want to save some secrets for you guys. But for the time being, I'm going to basically renovate this camper here to fit on that flatbed better. I'm going to be building custom boxes for it and doing some weird stuff to it. And also making it so I can put this camper in the truck bed trailer so I can move it back and forth in between to my liking. And yeah, I'm going to have a booth at Overland Expo. I'm going to be with Trail Built Off-Road. We're splitting like a large area. So the truck camper will be right there in the middle of the expo, which would be sweet. So you guys can see it. How much did it cost to build? It's a tricky question because I built a 16 by 20 cabin, so I had a lot of the wood already. But I'd say I spent about $15,000 building it. Maybe $18,000 if you count the Kimberly stove that I had already. But I don't know. It's not cheap, but I didn't go cheap anywhere, you know. Besides this really sketchy looking trim work holding up the cathedral wood stove box. I got to do something there. But I've tried to go quality everywhere, so it costs money. where did I get the money? I had a 1989 Toyota RV that I full-timed in for 6 years. So I sold that and used all that money to build this camper. So really, I didn't pay a dime. You guys hopped up in caffeine like I am. I'm shaking right now. Taking 3 sips a minute. So any of you guys coming out to the Truck House Rally in September in Moab? I hope so. Be cool to see y'all. What's up, Barefoot? Man, I don't know. By the time I get to Montana, I'm going to be done building. There's large coffees and Red Bull here. There's small, strong coffees here. I showed you guys my coffee cup. This is my favorite. I guess I should hide that for your kids. No plans in September. Yeah, come on out there, Brian. It's going to be sweet, man. There's some, I've been getting a lot of emails. There's been a lot of people building truck houses that mimic this one. It's awesome. And I think like at this point, I've got about 15 of them that are coming out to the Truck House Rally. And we're going to be documenting the whole thing and trying to make like a little documentary out of it. I think it's going to be fun. And obviously you can't get too crazy on the trails. So some dude's coming out in a Prius that built like a camper on the back of his Prius, chopped the top off, and he's going to rally the trails with us. So it's going to be a clown show. I think it's going to be fun. And it's free, you know, just all about hanging out and stuff. Yeah. So hopefully the Overland Expo does happen this year. You guys probably know they usually do Overland Expo West in May. And because of the COVID thing, it's been pushed back to September this year. So I think it's going to happen. So I will be there if it does. Do I work a full-time job? Yes, I teach driver's ed. So I teach people how to drive the last 15 years. And I'd love to get into doing YouTube full-time. I think that'd be really cool. I'm probably 3/4 of the way there at this point, but I still love teaching driving too. So there is that. A Prius started a fire in Arizona last year. I bet it did. Probably a hybrid. It's crazy batteries. I don't know. I'm not convinced on the, you guys hear GM? They said they're not making gas-powered fossil fuel vehicles anymore starting next year. That's freaking crazy. Like, I feel like I'm glad technology is going in the direction of electric. I think it's a good idea, but I think they need to get the science down a little bit more. Like a lithium ion battery car in Alaska, like it's too cold. So I don't know. And a 300-mile range, like what if, okay, I want to drive across the country. So I have to wait like 6 hours for my car to recharge every 300 miles. I don't know about that. So yeah, hydrogen car would be sweet. Just don't hit a bridge piling, you know? But yeah, we'll see about that. And I like the sound of the old 7.3, so I'm not going to lie. Hopefully trucks, I'm sure they'll still be making fossil fuel for a while, so I don't know. And also, like, where is that electricity coming from in the first place? You know, you got to think about that. All right, reading some questions here again. How is the drone? The drone is fixed. So she's back in the sky. The last 4 video series, I didn't have the drone. You guys probably saw that. So I think it makes it look professional. So I like using it. Oh, something. Water through dams. I don't even know what that means. It's crazy talk. You guys are crazier than I am. Can you guys tell I'm like slowly getting more caffeinated? Kind of like moving around more and speaking more nonsense. Plan a trip for your fans to come on an adventure. I did. It's the Truck House Life Overland Rally in September, Moab, Utah. It's on Facebook. Just type in Truck House Life Overland Rally on Facebook. You'll see it. Actually, there's a link to it in the description of this video. I forgot to put it in there. But yeah, we're going to go camping for like 3 or 4 days out in Moab. Get all the truck houses and Priuses and whatever you want to drive together. Just get together with a bunch of folks and just go mobbing and camping. Down to Moab. Yeah, Down and Mob Phil was actually stuck in that fire in Arizona. I think he had a couple of videos like barely escaping the thing. It was pretty funny. Be crazy if he had to get flown out and his rig burned or something. I personally think the border would be open. Just to be safe, my dad's driving up here in a month and a half to build that cabin. So he actually got his second COVID shot, and I didn't want to do it, but I just did it. I went out, got my first COVID shot this last week because I feel like they're not going to let me across that Canadian border if I don't have a COVID vaccination card. So I'm like, I don't know. I've put worse stuff in my body than that. So I don't know. Just went ahead and did it. I don't know what you guys think about all that, but Josh is going to be there in the Palomino. Yeah, son. Bring it out, man. I don't care. You don't have to bring a truck house. You can bring whatever you want out there. Let's just have a good time and roll a couple cars. I'm just kidding. All right. See, I wonder if I could tell a story or something. Or just talk to you guys. Where's my squirrel hat? I don't know. I don't know if I ever had one. What will the new cabin build look like? I don't know. I've sketched out, I think, 3 different designs at this point. So I'm still not going to do an overhead cab on any of my campers because I've had that. I know how that works. It just really makes you unstable, like lowers your gas mileage too much wind resistance, drives like crap. So, yep. No vaccine here. Yeah, I hear you, man. That's, I don't know. I wasn't too into it. I just feel like in Alaska, when you're separated from lower 48, the way Canada's been, like, you're not getting through if you don't have one. I've got a feeling. So I just went on and did it. And I thought, like, I mean, really, I've taken like all the vaccines when I was a kid too. So I don't know. Whatever. We're all going to die anyway, I guess, huh? Oh, let's see here. Be rolling in 350s. I hope so. Now, moving to Alaska next month. Nice. You driving up, I wonder? Let me know how that border crossing goes. My dad's going to be right behind you on the border crossing. Do I do any prospecting? I've prospected 2 times my entire life. I don't have the patience, I think. I don't know. I'm more like into the gravity sport thing than the sitting there with a pan. But no, I throw like a whitewater kayaking festival down towards Hope every August up here. And we'll do like live music, like 5 bands and flamethrowers and a bunch of crazy kayaking and pool toy events down Crazy Rapids. And there was this gold panner there the first year I threw the festival. And I was like, hey, dude, sorry, but there's a festival. It's going to be here tomorrow. It's going to be really loud, obnoxious. Hope you're all right with it. He's like, yeah, man. Hey, you want to learn how to gold pan? And he showed me how to gold pan. And he's making like $200 a day doing that. Like just sifting through and getting gold dust and collecting it in like a little vial with like an eyedropper. It's pretty cool. But yeah, maybe one day, maybe my sourdough days. Let's see here. Eat all that caribou up. No, I have not eaten all the caribou yet, man. I'm getting there. I applied for my hunting permit for this coming season, so I've got a sheep permit, which is sweet. Or I applied for a sheep permit and a caribou subsistence permit. So I know I'll get the caribou one. That always works out. Yeah, Hope is awesome town. Actually, my buddy Matt Brenna, he's in that video. Which one is it? The Nugget Creek one, where we get stranded and I have to tow him out, him and his girlfriend. His band is playing in Hope for the Hope opener. So the Seaview Bar and Creekside Bar, they're opening in the middle of May and doing live music. It's like the first live music Alaska's had since COVID started almost. So that's kicking it off, man. And I think it's going to be a lot more normal this summer. I got a good feeling about it. So I think we're getting there, y'all. Getting back to normal. I hope. Yeah. Do I live in an igloo? Shut up, Max. You know where I live. Yeah, those of you guys that don't know, I do have like I built a cabin in Girdwood, and so this isn't like all the time thing, the truck camper thing, but it's just a lifestyle, bro. I'm going to be doing it forever, so nothing's changed here. What are you even doing awake, Max? Go to bed. Actually, I need to come see your house, Max. I need to check that out. Feel guilty. Let's go snow machining soon. Why don't you stick to a plan and go snow machining for a change? Huh? Yeah. Let's see. Look back at some of these questions here. Are we going to see the new scooter in action? I forgot I even had that scooter. It's like buried, and it's just waiting for kayaking season, so probably going to freaking break my fingers in that again. Yeah, those you guys that don't know, I almost broke my hand in that one wheel. I fell and bent my pinky finger like all the way back and tore like the collateral ligament. So I can't play the banjo very well. Like this finger doesn't really, see it's all broken, bent looking. Can't really move it, the top half of it. So probably have to get surgery eventually. How much does the camper weigh? 1,700 pounds. Fully loaded with nothing. Yeah, it's around 1,700. I am still speed flying. I'm going to be going out to the Tailgate Alaska Festival, or the not Tailgate Alaska Festival, the first 10 days of April, camping out in the most epic riding and skiing in Alaska. And I'm taking you guys out there with me. So we're going to be doing some speed flying and all that business. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Would I ever move away from Alaska? No. See, the whole key to living in Alaska is getting out and traveling. Or really the key to living anywhere. Maybe not Kansas or something, but, you know. If you get out and travel once a year, like go travel for a month or at least get your vacation in, I don't know, makes it a lot more reasonable to live in extreme places that way. Have I ever been to North Pole? I sure have. Got my little nephew a present there at the Santa shop. Yeah, I'll hit you up, Steve-O, if I pass through North Dakota. I don't know what the route is yet. Oh, sorry about it. You're from Kansas, Brian? Crap, sorry, man. I'm all bashing on Kansas. I only bash on Kansas because I lost an entire bag of kayaking gear driving through Kansas. Someone stole it, fell out of the back of my truck, and it was gone. I'm like, who's whitewater kayaking in Kansas? Why would you take that? Oh, no. Oh, what's going on? Hey, morning, Dad. Robert Johnson's on here. Howdy from the Georgia mountains, he says. Yeah, my dad's got this Toyota Sunraider, this little diesel rig, and they only made like 3 of the things, and he just doesn't use it too much, so he's going to sell it, and he's building up a rig right now that's going to be pretty sweet, too. I'm trying to get him to get one of those 4-wheel campers. I think he's got his top ordered already, though. Let's see, running through these questions. Yeah, if you guys see Robert Johnson scrolling around in there, that's my old man. He's going to be driving up here in a month and a half. You better make it across that border, Dad. Better have a good excuse for him. Or just keep that pedal to the floor. Let's see here. When are you adopting a husky? Actually, I came super close to... Actually, that guy's sled dog that followed me and got lost in the mountains at Alpine Creek. That owner, I asked him, like, next time he has a litter of puppies, I'd love to get one from him. Those are gorgeous dogs. They look like wolves, but turns out he's a Iditarod musher, so he doesn't get rid of puppies. Keeps them all. So there's that. Indiana. My stepmom was from Indiana. Town of Muncie. You ever see Sherps? I saw a Sherp yesterday. We were up in, what do you call it? Spencer Glacier area, and a Sherp had ridden all the way out to the glacier. It's a pretty mellow trail, but those things are nuts, man. Pretty cool vehicles. You don't want to envy this lifestyle, man. It's all gritty. No, this is fun. I enjoy it. Here, I'm trying to scroll down in this thing to see some questions from you guys really quick. I'm still getting used to the live stream. I like This time I tried to put my computer down here so I could see comments you guys have made in case I don't catch them, but I'm still missing them, I'm sure. I'm sorry if I didn't answer you. Let's see here. The best vehicle for Alaska. I don't know if there is one. Just one that has a heater, you know, actually starts. It's a good start. Do I do much backpacking? Not really. My knee's still messed up, and it turns out it's not my knee that needed surgery. My back is messed up from baking. I broke my back whitewater kayaking a little less than 2 years ago, so, and just about broke my neck and crushed it in. So yeah, I've been having issues with that. I haven't been able to ski the entire season, so that sucks. But I'm working on it. I'm going to PT right now, so it's getting better. How's the new rear steps going? They're going good. I rebuilt them. I'm about to have to rebuild them. I get the flatbed truck back next week. So, or actually this coming week. So I'll probably have to rebuild the stairs. I'm guessing they're going to be too short to reach the ground. Just barely. Oh, let's see here. Do I do much salmon fishing? I go dip netting. I don't really fish for salmon. I just go dip net the Copper River or usually the Kenai is where I go. But yeah, I'll do that once a year and just get all my salmon at one time. Salmon fishing is not too fun. It's they're not really interested in eating what you're throwing out there half the time. I feel like you're just basically trying to like snag them right on the lip. If you snag them anywhere else, you can't. You have to toss them back. Let's see here. Not sure I can afford a Kimberly. If you can't afford a Kimberly wood stove, if I had to do it again and I was spending money on a wood stove, I'd probably get a Cubic mini wood stove. It's a company called, actually I have no idea what they're called. Just look up Cubic mini wood stove. They're like $500 and it's a really small firebox. So you're going to have to stoke it a lot, like every hour, but, I don't know. It's cheap and it works. I have to stoke this Kimberly actually I have to stoke it now that you mentioned that. I'll see if I can tilt you guys down here and not break anything here. You guys see that? All right, I'm not going to read your questions for a second, so just chill out. Oh yeah, we need some wood. All right. Get you readjusted here. There we go. Back in business. Yeah, the Kimberly's pretty sweet. Since I have it, I'll never sell it, you know, which means I'm going to have it the rest of my life, probably. I don't know. As long as it doesn't burn the house down. There you go. So Brian's talking about the Cubic Mini 4-hour burn at a compressed log. So yeah, you can buy these things called a Presto log, or it's basically just compressed sawdust. They take a 10,000 pound machine and put the sawdust into the cylinder and it stamps it. The machine like stamps the sawdust and it turns into this really compressed log. And yeah, that stuff burns longer. So I use those in here too every now and then. If I'm lazy, I can get like, you know, 3.5 hours, a solid 3 hours easily out of a compressed, half a compressed sawdust log. So yeah. Should I use wood siding on my camper? That's up to you, man. If you're going to maintain it, you really should be varnishing wood siding every 2 years if you're going to have it in a camper. There's Dad in there. He said I made a good decision with the Webasto. So yeah, for those of you guys that don't know, I'm installing a Webasto wood stove right now. And the first thing Webasto tells you is don't install it by yourself. Go to a Webasto certified tech, which I'm not. So I thought I'd try to install it. And it's going pretty well. It's pretty much installed. I just have to hook up the electrical part of it, and that's pretty simple. But I've got Battleborn batteries. I just partner with those guys. So they're sending me a freaking $6,000 battery, lithium-ion battery system for this camper. It's legit. I can't wait. And it comes in next week. So as soon as that battery system comes in, I'm going to install that. And I'll be able to, you know, stay off grid easily without a generator. It'd be awesome. Be like 500 amp hours or something crazy. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Just updating you guys. A crapper in the truck house? Yeah, man. Of course I got a crapper. What kind of man you think I am? Check this out. You guys see that? It's right here. There's my pooper. So, and for whatever reason, people are intimidated by like dumping their own poop, but it's not that bad. It really isn't. You just do it. Battleborn's the way to go. That's what they say. I'm pretty stoked on it. I only have one deep cycle battery in here. It's only like 40 amp hours or something ridiculous. So this is going to be a massive upgrade. So, and yeah, the Webasto is a diesel heater. So what is the snow machine condition? What's the condition of my snow machine? It's having a new engine in it right now. The engine came in 2 days ago from Polaris. So I had a 2019 RMK, and there's this thing in your crankshaft called the PTO bearing. So it sits in the center, and Polaris did not put a clip on either side of the bearing. So it's just sitting in a cup, and it popped out of the cup and it just ate my engine up, just tore the whole engine up. So they're sending me a brand new 2021 engine, and now the bearing still sits in the cup, but they put a clip on each side of the bearing and it holds it in place. So they said it'll be installed by Monday. So I'm about to have my snow machine back. So that's the situation with that. Oh, thanks, Sharon. Beer money for upcoming projects. And man, do I have some. Man, do I have some. I'm stoked, y'all. I cannot wait to this, you know. I feel like if you're going to spend money on something, it might as well look good. So I think this flatbed and those bronze rims and the 37s are going to be like, boo. Be pimping. Excited about it. Yeah. That's what I said. Let me look back at these questions here. Hatcher Pass Polaris. Yes, they are good people up there. These guys have like really taken care of me, actually. Did the stairs get fixed? Yes, we're back in business. I fixed them like immediately when I got back. It's so tall to get up to the camper that you have to have stairs. So that's happening. What are some of these questions here? To replace your dad's sock hat that burned up. How'd you know about that? Thanks, Ozzy. That's hilarious. Well, Dad, I guess I have to spend that $5 in a hat for you now. Yeah, my dad climbed up in my old Toyota camper, and like the Kimberly wood stove used to be like right at the door, and people would like put their hand in the wood stove to step up into the camper. I had so many friends burn their hands, but my dad had his hat, and he put his hat on the wood stove and pushed up and just melted his hat all over the wood stove, like nasty plastic crap to get off. I don't know, it's still all over the wood stove. He's been talking to my dad. Yeah, see, I can't even keep up. The comments are scrolling so fast on my phone. I can't keep up with them. And guys, I'm getting all caffeinated and wood stoves. It's toasty. All right. What stove combination are you using or recommending? So I've got a Kimberly wood stove in here. I recommend it. And I'm putting a Webasto diesel heater in right now, literally right now. And it should be done installing it today. So there is that. Do I have any plans to travel back to the lower 48? I do. My dad's driving up here in probably a month and a half, and we're building a cabin. And when we're done, end of the summer, we're going to be caravanning down. He's got his little rig, and I'll have the truck house, and we're going to go down to the lower 48 and yeah, just go do some wheeling and camping and hanging out. Go hit Overland Expo. And yeah, I started like a little truck house rally gathering. So get a whole bunch of people showing up for that. And by that, I mean like 15 people showing up in Moab in kind of middle of September. So that should be a hoot. Even a guy in a Prius is coming. I'm driving out end of September, October. Cool. Yeah, come on down. Caravan on down. Just don't break down on us. Be a hassle. What's my solar setup and plans? Right now, I have a pretty minimal solar setup on here. It's 100 watts. It's a Renogy panel that's fixed up, but it gets the job done. Thank you, Jody. That's nice. I'll probably use that for the other half of Dad's hat I need to replace. I appreciate the support, guys. And yeah, you guys I've already talked to you guys about this, but any money I get for the channel, like including whatever, all those ads, I know it's a pain to watch those, but that is what funds all of this. That's what I know you guys probably, I hate watching ads, but I spend every dime I get, like I put it right back into all this stuff. So I don't know, because it's fun. And yeah, got a sweet Rockpal solar setup. Oh yeah, forget about that, man. Forget about that. Yeah, Josh in here, Rockpal has sent me like a little solar power generator, and they let me do a contest where 2 winners, I'd send them like these little portable power stations. So Josh won one of those. It's pretty cool. Ads are fine, man. Love your videos. Oh, thank you. That's nice. I know. I still hate ads. If it's a channel I don't know, I'll like skip them, you know. But all my buddies, like Phil's channel, Brian's channel, like Off-Grid Backcountry Adventures, I'll watch those ads. Let them roll. All right, let's see here. I feel like that's all like my topics. I think I covered all my topics I was going to talk about. So I'll just keep answering questions with you guys. Very well caffeinated. Aside from YouTube, what's your main source of income? I have taught driver's ed for the last 15 years in Anchorage, Monday through Thursdays, just slaving away. It's a completely insane job, but I enjoy it. And I've just climbed the ladder to where I'm like the general manager now. I run the office. So yeah, to someone like me running an office, imagine that. It's crazy. I know it's crazy. Yeah, I just love doing it though. But the YouTube, I'm actually kind of getting there. Like right now with YouTube, I'm about 3/4 the income of what I make at driver's ed full time. So I don't know if I'm able to surpass that a good bit, then I'd feel comfortable doing YouTube full time. So, but I've also only been doing this YouTube thing, like really doing the YouTube thing for a little less than a year. So it's going pretty well, I feel like. Where do you park and not stress about sleeping situations? Usually I'm out in the woods when I'm parking, so it's not a big deal. If you're in a city, it just depends on your state. Alaska's really bad. Unfortunately, we had a whole bunch of meth heads living in RVs with like trash bag windows, and they would just park for like 2 weeks in a spot, put out their barbecue grill and their baby strollers, and Anchorage just shut down for parking. You can't park anywhere. Even Walmart in Anchorage, Cabela's, like they won't let you stay overnight anymore. It really sucks. So yeah, so you just have to be stealthy where you park. My advice, if you're full-timing and trying to park, just wait. Just do stuff until it's kind of late, 10 o'clock at night, then park in your spot, and then get up like a useful human, be up at 7 a.m. and get out of that spot and just go like park somewhere else and drink your coffee there. Just try to stay moving, But I've got a cabin in Girdwood now, so we're good. But yeah, that's my advice if you're trying to park. Running down the questions. Let's see here. Wood siding would. Do you think wood siding would add too much weight to my truck camper? I don't know. It depends on how heavy it is already, I guess, if your truck can handle it. If you stay thin with the siding, should be all right. But it's definitely going to be a little heavier, obviously, than fiberglass or aluminum. Let's see. Is your hat fox fur? No, it's marten. It's a marten and beaver. Little Bob trapped it. I look like Waterboy. Nice. I've gotten the Adam Sandler quote. I feel like I look more like Owen Wilson. I had my nose when I was in sixth grade, I think. I was playing tag team football or something lame like that, and I went to catch the ball and kind of like dove for it, and some kid's knee hit me in the side of the nose and just destroyed my nose, just crushed it in, like broke it all up. So it's like Owen Wilson's nose. I can't even breathe out of it. So one day I'll get that surgery so I can breathe again. Whatever they call that, sinus, drill out your sinus surgery. Robert Johnson, parking. Remember the days of the list of 72 overnight camping spots on your wall? Oh yeah. Actually, yeah, so her dad just reminded me, like, for the parking, I had 70, yeah, I don't know. I had a whole bunch of parking spots, so I'd open my closet in my Toyota motorhome, and I printed out a list of all the places to park in Anchorage and what sides of town they're on. So if I didn't want to think at the end of the day, I just opened up my closet door and like, oh yeah, I could park at Fifth Avenue behind the J.C. Penney or something, you know, or down near this creek in South Side. So I'd always have a new place to move to every night, and I'd like rotate the list. So there you go. I've had so much caffeine. I'm just going to keep drinking it. I think this could be like the new theme, like just get more and more caffeinated every live stream until I just pass out. Let's see the comments here. When did you get an idea like living in your truck and traveling? Yeah, did you get, I don't know if I ever told that story. So something about it, I just had, like every year I just had bad luck. I'd have to move to a new apartment every year because I always get an apartment with roommates. And I just got tired of moving all my stuff every year. So finally I hit a wall. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to move anymore. The next time I have to move, I'm going to go find an RV and buy it and live in that RV until I can build a cabin with my dad. And I did it. The day came and it was time to move out of my place in Girdwood, out of this house I was renting. And Dad was looking at this Toyota 4x4 RV. And I said, hey, that thing's pretty sweet. And then instead of him buying it, he pretty much like stepped back and let me buy it. And I flew down to Los Angeles and drove it back up here. And I lived in it for 6 years full time until I built a cabin here in Girdwood. So it turned out pretty well. So that's where the idea of living in a camper came from. Do I still play with the Shoot Dangs? Heck yeah, I do, man. The Shoot Dangs have 2 shows booked this summer because of the COVID, you know. But we're playing in McCarthy at the Golden Saloon on June 26th. It's going to be a hoot. And we're playing at Salmon Fest kind of towards the end of the summer. It's kind of the largest music festival in Alaska, kind of bluegrass festival. So hopefully we're playing. We'll see. You know how this COVID thing's going. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. McCarthy's awesome. That's probably one of my favorite towns in Alaska. And Neil, that owns the Golden Saloon in McCarthy, is super cool guy. So he's got like this big new outdoor stage they just built. So that'd be cool to check that out. Let's see here. Did I sell the RV? Yes, I sold that to an RV. That's how I built this camper, actually. I sold that RV to a really awesome couple that lives in Homer, and they restored it and did a fantastic job restoring it. I'm stoked. But yeah, I used that money to build this camper, so I basically just traded them out. So that's what happened with that. Am I familiar with the Salcha area? A little bit, and not too much. All my bandmates are in Fairbanks, so they're in that direction, you know. Yes, sir. Lived in Chitna, that town. Always there. I've been dip knitting out there a couple times. You're in the Philippines. You know what's crazy is how many Filipino people live in Alaska. It's nuts. It's like a migration point, but just totally different weather. But they're awesome people. And I have a ton of Filipino driver's ed students for whatever reason. I know driving's a lot different over there. Let's see. Do I have any insurance in the camper? I sure do. And man, was it hard to get. Yeah, it's the camper is insured through my truck, and it's pretty cheap. It's like $150 for the year for $40,000 in camper coverage. It's pretty awesome. And in general, like RV insurance is pretty cheap because they know you're not going to be rallying an RV. They know you're being careful because your dishes and your cabinets and stuff. So they just assume you're going to drive slow and safe. So I don't think too many people wreck RVs. I don't think that's a thing. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. So yeah, the camper is insured. I'm hoping not to use the insurance, if you know what I'm saying. You're Bigfoot. I'm Bigfoot. Watch out. Check. Wood stove is still doing pretty well. I'm glad you guys haven't asked me any questions like what's the meaning of life, or you guys are keeping it reasonable. Will they insure with a wood stove? That is a fantastic question. I told them I have a wood stove in here, so I pretty much just need to maybe I could remove the wood stove or something if it burned to the ground. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's a good question. I should probably look into that, because if anything happens, this camper is probably just going to be catching on fire or something stupid like that. Wow, that's crazy. $350 for Greyhound bus insurance for the year. That's cheap. Where do I poop? Wherever I can, just like you. Usually toilets, you know, stuff like that. How do I split the time between my cabin and truck house? So this is pretty much like, I'd say half and half realistically. Kind of my work days, I'll be in the 16 by 20 cabin, and then I'll be out on the road after that doing these adventures. So, and all these videos you guys are seeing, this is like, I've been doing, not trying to brag or anything, I've just been doing that stuff forever, and I'm just filming it now. So I wouldn't change anything. If I wasn't filming, I'd be doing this exact same stuff. So I think that's what makes it fun, because filming just adds like a fun new element to it. But it's yeah, I'd be doing it anyway, you know. What was the big white igloo building you showed us? That is an abandoned hotel. This guy tried to build this giant igloo up near Cantwell, Alaska, and turn it into a hotel and bar. Can't remember his name right now. Back in kind of like the 70s or 80s, and he ran out of money. He couldn't finish it. So there's this super creepy igloo that's like probably 50 feet tall and has like 3 main stories. It's super crazy. But the video that's coming out today, about 12:15 Alaska time, has that igloo. We go inside of it. So yeah. So, well, you saw me in Wasilla. Right on, man. Yeah, that's where the flatbed is going on right now. So stoked on that. And oh, I forget to tell you guys about that. So Sam and Colby, it's this they're from, I think, Los Angeles or somewhere down there. They're really big YouTubers, like 5 million subscriber YouTubers. And they contacted me out of the blue, their production manager, and they wanted to ask if I would guide these guys in some kind of adventure. And they were really, really, really set on staying in an igloo overnight. And that's what we did. We went out there, and it was cold too, boy. It was like -15, and the wind was blowing hard, so it was like -30. And they spent the night out there. But that Sam and Colby, the YouTube channel, they're releasing their version of that video today at 12:15 p.m. So look up Sam and Colby on YouTube and check it out. It's going to be a funny edit. We're all playing music in the camper, trying to get warm and stuff. And I think it'll be fun. And then my version of the video comes out today also. So that's the premiere that's happening later. So probably when I'm done with this live stream, I'll finish installing this diesel heater, and then come back to that premiere and talk to you guys on that. So All right, back to some questions. Sorry if I missed your question. Let's see here. Running down the list. What lower 48 state would I live in? Man, I don't know. I mean, I grew up in North Georgia. That's a pretty sweet one. I feel like in California would be cool, but I don't like the politics and the chaos. So I don't know. I feel like Colorado would be awesome, but then there's too many people. It's got that yuppie thing going on, so I don't know. I don't know where I'd live. Probably in Alaska. If I had to choose another state to live in, I'd, choose Alaska. What's the ETA and a whitewater kayak video? As soon as the spring happens, man, it's coming. I'd say month and a half. We'll be paddling, be boating. Yeah, Montana is sweet. I've done some kayaking out there. That would be a cool state, I guess. Let's see. Would you bring your camper down south for me to install a mini PC and game? I don't know. I've never tried gaming, bro. The last game I played was like Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't even know what console that'd be on, like a Sega probably. It's been a while. Oversized vehicle tickets ever a problem in the city? Not yet. In Alaska, it's like the last frontier, man. You can drive your car off through the marshes if you want to. They don't care up here. But yeah, maybe California. But once again, that's why I choose to live up here. We have less rules. So let's see. Truck House Life. This fuel pump for that diesel heater will be your first upgrade. I got the new fuel pump for the Webasto, so it's supposed to be quiet, they say. So we'll see about that. Let's see. Would you say you're a minimalist? I don't know. I have a lot of stuff. I don't feel like I have an excessive amount of stuff. Everything I have, I use, and it might be 6 months before I use it because the seasons are changing, but I use all my stuff. Yeah, recently some mice or shrews or something got into all my favorite clothes down in storage and just pissed and crapped all over them. So now I got to throw all those away. So now I'm a minimalist. So there is that. Let's see. Let me know, man. I hate that tick, tick, tick. Yeah, I know. So we'll see. It's supposed to be a quiet fuel pump. Timmy looks like more of the Oregon Trail. Heck yeah, man. I remember that. That's a crazy game. We played that in, I don't know when, middle school or something. The old original computer one. But yeah, I do have a lot of toys, I suppose. So maybe I'm minimalist. How's the snow machine coming along? New engine's going in it right now as we speak. It's going to be done on Monday. So Polaris warranted the entire engine. So excited about that. Yes, sir. There's a crazy language. Dimitri, I can't understand your language, man, but I'm sure it's something cool. Something nice you said. I hope. So here's that. Your new hats fit as good as the old ones. They're different, man. I've got oh yeah. Where's that hat? Hold on, guys. I didn't even show you guys. All right, I only have 9 of these hats. So these are my new style hats, but they're the last. This lady named Annika makes them from Recaps, and they're super comfortable. They're like kind of a shorter bill and crushable. You can put them, pretty much anywhere. Good for backpacking and stuff, but I only have 9 of these. So if you want one of these old school style hats, let me know now because she's not making them anymore. And I kept like 6 of them for myself. They're like the most comfortable hat I've ever owned. So yeah, they're a little bit different than the one you bought, Joshua. Let's see here. Am I going to spray foam the floor? Yes, I am. I have to wait for it to warm up though. So yeah, this summer I'll just lift the camper up off the flatbed, remove the bottom plywood sheet, and I'll take out the insulation and just spray foam it. So should be pretty easy. Knock on wood. Oh yeah, if you guys do want one of the hats, someone mentioned, shoot me an email. Truckhouselife@gmail.com. It's truckhouselife@gmail.com. Maybe I'll put a link in the description, but I've got 9 of these hats, so hit me up now if you want one. I know everyone's like, oh, my merch isn't going to last long, but this really won't. I seriously have 9 of them, and they're not making them anymore like that. So, and I'm not just saying that to say that. I'm actually telling you that. Let's see here. Dimitri said, oh, thank you. Translation. Hello, brother. You make great videos. Oh, from Europe. Thank you, Sharon. My hands are too shaky from the caffeine to like do the Google Translate thing. Sending an email right now. Yeah, like I said, if you guys want a hat, truckhouselife@gmail.com. There's 9 left, so get them. I'm going to stop talking about merch now. When is the flatbed going on? It's going on right now, actually. It's on the truck, and we're building the skirting for it and putting the wood deck on. So I'd say next week I'll have it. So I'll have a video coming out in the flatbed build pretty soon and the final product. So I'm pretty stoked in that. Let's see here. Running back through them. You guys are getting into the Yeti Bigfoot stuff in there. Like looking back through all the comments. Has there been like a Bigfoot thread going on separately? What kind of guns back here? Well, let's get it out. See if I shoot myself in the head with it. It's a really piece of crap 410. The safety guard's broken off. But you know what? This thing has popped a couple ptarmigan. I tell you what. It's a ridiculous gun. It's like I don't know. It's like what an 8-year-old would shoot. Maybe a 6-year-old for his first shotgun. But you know what? It gets the job done. So I've got a 44 kind of stashed in here too if someone really wants to get crazy. So hopefully not though. Yeah, Clint Greathouse, what up, buddy? Man, I don't know, man. That samurai, I'm telling you, dude. We should do a collaboration. Dude, Clint, you need to start a YouTube channel. You just seem like a dude that should have one. Or maybe you do. I don't know. I'll have to check it out. Check that thing out. Take us on a ride in the snowmobile. Hey, I will as soon as that new engine gets in. I tell you what. All my YouTube videos and snow machining to it, like, looks like I can't ride at all because I can't. Yeah, I'm always doing super mellow stuff, but I'll be out in Tailgate, Alaska, or not Tailgate, Alaska Festival the first 10 days of April, and we're going to be riding out there. It's we're going to go to some new zones. We're going to try to get all the way from Thompson Pass, the highway, all the way to Cordova. We have a route planned out. It's about 95 miles deep one way. We'll spend the night in Cordova, get a hamburger, and come back. And I think we can make it. So me and Greg have been scouting this line out for a long time. And we just have to get up the toe of the glacier to do it. So the toe of this one glacier, the Schwan. Yeah. All right. Am I sitting on stilts right now? How'd you know? Yeah, so this it's pretty funny. The camper is actually on sawhorses right now because my truck is in the shop getting the flatbed. So, yeah. I'm sitting on sawhorses. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Actually, when it's funny, like when I went to take the camper off the truck, I had to get the sawhorses out, and they were like frozen to the ground under like 5 inches of ice. Where like just had the sawhorses locked into the ground. It's like, how am I gonna get these loose? So I took my 4-wheeler with a snowplow and tried to push it, and freaking destroyed the sawhorses. Just smashed them into pieces. So I had to rebuild them. But let's see. Something about, let me go back to the comment. Taco stacks. Taco stacks, I look like him. Apparently I look like a lot of people, you guys are saying. I bet you do too. But all you guys look like somebody. What are the COVID restrictions in Alaska? It's loosening up. I think on Monday, actually, the new mandates are restaurants are back to 100% capacity. I don't know about bars and stuff, but it's coming around, man. I think I think by the time May rolls around, like my buddy is playing, my good buddy's band is playing the Hope opener. So they're playing at the Seaview in Hope, Alaska in mid-May. Live music, a whole bunch of people usually show up. So I don't know. I think it's going to start coming around this summer. I hope. It's been long enough, tell you what. But look back at the comments here. There's another Bigfoot comment or two in there. Dad's heading up. Robert Johnson, this old man, he's heading up to the garage, putting a new water pump. He's going to sell that Sun Raider. All right, Dad, good luck with it. Don't be cussing too much out there in the woods. Yelling at the gods. Love you, man. He's off to work. I got to get off to work soon here, too. Been talking to you guys for an hour. Like a crazy person. But yeah, I've got to install this Webasto diesel heater today, so. Yes, sir. All right, I tell you what, I'll talk to you guys for 5 more minutes. Then I've got to peace out. So 5 minutes of whatever questions you have. Keep them reasonable. Keep them cool. Want a video on the Midnight Sun? I've got a video on the Midnight Sun Metalworks coming out soon, who's working on my flatbed. So that's going to be cool. But yeah, it's going to be a hot second before the Midnight Sun comes out. Get a couple more months. How long did it take my dad and I to build the main cabin? We knocked it out in 3 months, man. I had 2 of my friends come down to help us because Dad's like, whatever, mid-70s and still killing it. But we needed help. So yeah, 3 months from foundation to full build. And I'll do a cabin tour for you guys pretty shortly and show you that thing. So what I did, I built a 16 by 20 rental cabin, and that's already built. And this summer, Dad's coming up in like a month and a half. We're going to build my main cabin beside it, and they're connected. So I'm going to make this guy in the rental pay for all of it. So that's the plan. And I've had this rental cabin the last 2 years. We've been having that as the main house. So yeah. So all these videos you guys are seeing, I'm like half in the truck house, half in the cabin. So I know a lot of you guys are freaking out like, oh, he's building a cabin. He's not going to do this anymore. I'm still doing it. It's the same thing. Nothing's changing. Can't wait to see that truck bed trailer. Me too, man. I haven't posted a picture yet because it's kind of finished, but I don't have my wheels. As you guys know, I ordered, or some of you know, I ordered some 37 General Grabbers, some red letter tires, and some bronze rims, like freaking back in October. And the whole country is on a back order for tires because of COVID. So those tires are supposed to come in end of the month. And as soon as I put those tires on my truck, I can take the tires off my truck that are on it now and put them in the trailer. So I've kind of got to wait to get my new big tires so I can take my old tires off and put them in the truck bed trailer. Why did I change my channel name? Full Send Alaskan Overland. That was a sweet name, but it was just kind of a lot to roll off the tongue. And I was saying Truck House Life every video anyway, so I just felt like it flows better and it's just kind of sounds professional, I guess. I don't know. Definitely rolls off the tongue easier. Yeah, like I even changed my labels and the hats, So it's got a bigger bullhorn hand there to make up for the no Full Send name. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Truck House Life. I think I called it that because basically, I mean, as you guys know, all my videos are based on like adventures from the truck house, which is like, it's real, man. Like I'm going out there, taking this truck house out, staying wherever I'm at and doing these adventures. And that's like kind of the theme of the channel. And I'll do other stuff, obviously, but I talk about other things and do reviews and stuff. But yeah. Any news in the sled? I'll have it next week. Brand new 2021 Polaris 850 engine going in. Hopefully it doesn't blow this time. So some of you guys are going to bed over in Europe. Any advice for an old Southern guy who wants to move to Alaska? I was a young Southern guy that moved up here, and I don't know, man, just, you got one life, just pick up and do it. You know, I mean, if you don't do it, then you'll never do it. So Alaska is probably, I don't know, I could see it being intimidating to move to a lot of people, but it's awesome. As long as you're into, you know, living. Anyhow. Well, guys, I think I'm going to start putting in this diesel heater. So, and I don't know what else to say. The caffeine is hitting an all-time high, and I'm freezing up almost. So I'm going to go for a walk or something outside. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream here. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, I've got that premiere 12:15 today, the Sam and Colby video. Those lower 48 YouTubers from LA. I took them camping in an igloo overnight. So my video comes out, but check out Sam and Colby's YouTube channel. And they've got a huge following, like 5 million subscribers. So, and they're kind of like, they reminded me of some Justin Bieber folks. It's kind of funny. Like, but what was awesome is just like, they stepped out of their comfort zone and did something. And I think that's awesome. So their version of the video is going to be better than mine for sure. That's coming out at 12:15 today on the Sam and Colby channel. And then you can see my video right after it. So anyhow, I'll catch you guys next live stream. Probably do one 3 or 4 weeks or something. Peace, y'all.